Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and the Premier League season has come to a close. It is done. The 2022-23 season is done, and today's video I'll be going over Brighton's season as a whole, reviewing it. I'll be doing my top three favourite matches this season and my three least favourite, plus my player of the season, and then the player that has flopped, I guess, the most. So, where should we start then? So let's talk about the final day first of all. It was dramatic, wasn't it? Everton staying up, winning against Bournemouth. That goal from Decore, obviously. Not a big fan of Decore, are we? But he did win it for them. Leicester went down. They did win against West Ham 2-1, but because of Everton's win, they got relegated. Leeds got absolutely battered by Tottenham, which meant they went down regardless. So yeah, it was dramatic. Obviously, Villa got Conference League after they beat my boys, unfortunately, but obviously nothing riding for us really. We had Europa League secured in the bag, and well, I can't wait for Europa League next season, if I'm being honest. So Villa got Conference League, Tottenham missed out because obviously Villa beat us. So did Brentford too, but obviously they had to beat Man City, which they actually did, to be fair play to them. But they also had to hope that Villa, Tottenham and Tottenham both didn't win in order to get themselves into Europe, which I would love to see Brentford in the Conference League, to be honest. But anyway, that's enough waffle about the final day. We're going to review Brighton's season. So, first of all, I'm going to go over my three favourite matches of the season. Yeah, just picking out my three best games to watch, really, or to witness. So, in third place, it's one might surprise a few people, I've gone with the 3-3 draw at Anfield. Not obviously because we absolutely battered them and we won easily, right? It's just the quality of the game, and Trossard with that hat-trick at Anfield. Like, no one scores hat-tricks at Anfield these days, and for Trossard to do that is incredible. And yeah, that was a great game to be witnessing. We were 2-0 up in the first, 15 minutes. And obviously we did, throw our game away. I think Firmino scored twice, and I think another was an own goal, which put Liverpool 3-2 up. And Trossard came up again and, got his third of the game. So that was scenes at Anfield. Got a point there. Point at Anfield. Doesn't seem like a bad result for most teams. So, yeah, that's probably my third placed position. Obviously, there's a lot of other games that I could have gone for. 2-1 at Old Trafford, the 3-0 win at home to Liverpool, the 4-0 against West Ham, the 6-0 against Wolves. A lot I could have picked, but in the end I kind of just went for the quality of the game over just winning the game comfortably. So that's my third place. In second place, let me just look at what I've written down there. In second place, I have gone for a result that was towards the end of the season. It was at the Emirates, a 3-0 win away to Arsenal. This was special. I watched this game live, not at the stadium, just on Sky Sports and that. I'm hoping to get a membership for next season, so hopefully I'll be able to go to a couple of home games and watch us score at the bare minimum. But anyway, so yeah, I watched this game live on Sky Sports, 4:30 PM kickoff on a Sunday, and it was Limbs, Ciso, Estepinian, and he scored the second now, I can't remember, but it was a special afternoon at the Emirates against an Arsenal side who had only lost once at that ground before they played us. So that was very, very impressive. It was a great win, and obviously wasn't that straight after the Everton game? I do believe it was, wasn't it? The Zerbi knee sliding across the pitch as well. You do love to see it. And obviously, I did kind of see that happening. We've just been battered by Everton, and I did kind of think we'd go to the Emirates and beat them Going into the game, I thought we'd draw because I didn't think our confidence levels would be that, like top notch after the previous game. But man, we absolutely battered them. I mean, obviously Arsenal were crap, weren't they? But obviously we were class, and that was the difference in the end. So that is my second place. It was on that one that scored the second against Arsenal. I just remember that. He's put a good couple of goals, this season. Like at the end of the season, decided to turn up. So I'm actually quite intrigued to see what he can do next season. Maybe he can get into like double figures or something, and then also be wanted by more big clubs. He was actually offered to go on loan to like West Brom like mid-season, and obviously he didn't go there in the end, and so far it's coming to be a pretty good decision. But anyway, first place, my favourite match this season as a whole is the 4-1 home win against Chelsea. It's not our biggest win this season, but I think just because of the circumstances going into the game, obviously Potter leaving to go to Chelsea, coming back to play Brighton at the Amex, is what makes this game so special for me. And, to absolutely batter them, 2 own goals, Pascal Gross and Trossard on the score sheet. It was a special, special day at the Amex. I don't think I will ever forget this day. We absolutely battered Graham Potter's Chelsea. It was a special day. We'll never forget it. I didn't actually watch it, unfortunately, because it was a 3 p.m. kickoff. Not too sure why, to be honest. I'm pretty sure as well they put like a really dead game for like the late kickoff instead of like Brighton against Chelsea, which obviously, considering the circumstances, is actually a pretty big game. So I'm surprised that was a 3 p.m. kickoff. So unfortunately, I could not watch that game, but obviously following it live on football and stuff was an experience. I will say that. So yeah, what a game that was. Lots of positivity, but now we go a bit negative, unfortunately. Now it's time for my 3 least favourite matches this season. We'll go from the bottom to the top. Well, I mean, it depends which way you put it, really. But yeah, we'll go from third to first. And my 3rd least favourite match this season, by the way, if it looks like I'm looking over to the right, I've actually wrote all this down in preparation for this video. So that's what I'm looking over there. In 3rd place for my least favourite match this season is the 2-1 home defeat against Aston Villa. It wasn't because we got absolutely hammered in this game. I thought we played well. Obviously, we got off to that perfect start. Martinez made the mistake. McAllister punished him. I did actually watch this game live, so it was not a great experience. But again, it was more to do with the referee. I mean, Villa had a penalty, which probably was a penalty. Dunk slid in, took, I think it was John McGinn out, and clear penalty. Ings put it away, and then he obviously later got his second. Little bit fortunate how it went in. Little deflection off Colwell, who looks like he's going to go back to Chelsea. He isn't going to stay with us, which is unfortunate because I feel what I've seen of him in the Brighton team has been promising. But then what happened after that, I've done a short review on the channel, you guys can check out. I mean, I was pretty pissed after, because of obviously some of the decisions that were made. But I think it was Luca Digne that stamped on the back of March's shin, I think it was, which is a penalty all day. But for some reason, referees obviously Villa slipping a fiver to that ref, I see, and it wasn't a penalty. VAR checked it, nothing given, so it was just an absolute joke of a decision. Really, that's all I can say. But I think we'll move past this bit as quickly as possible, shall we, before I explode. In 2nd place, another match to do with shocking refereeing decisions. It's the 2-1 away defeat to Spurs. Absolute fucking farce this game was, to put it simply. the refereeing decisions were definitely worse in this game than they were in the Aston Villa game. Absolute bloody joke. Mitoma had a goal disallowed for handball. The ball hit Mitoma as he brought the ball down from a ball over the top. It hit him like here, which they deem as part of the arm, but it's such a harsh decision. Like, I personally think that goal should stand. But we also had, I think, 2 penalty calls. There was one for handball, and then one where Højbjerg stamped on Mitoma's boot. How the hell is that not a penalty? I just do not understand. I mean, we've had plenty of decisions go against us this season, which is sad, but you gotta take them, unfortunately. You just gotta realise that sometimes the refs are quite shit and against you. So yeah, that was another pretty annoying game as well. But now we move on to our first place. I think you guys can probably see what's coming here. It's the 5-1 home defeat to Everton. Yes, you guessed it. An absolute nightmare at the Amex. We were 3-0 down in like half an hour. Just brush over this, innit, boys? Like, we were better second half. We created chances, scored a fluky goal, and it was already 4-0 anyway. They scored one at the end as well, Everton. I think McNeil got 2, Decore got 2, someone else scored as well. Who was it? I can't remember who it was. Well, who else scored for Everton? I can't remember. To be honest, it's actually quite good that I can't remember. So it actually kind of shows that I'm forgetting about it. But yeah, first place, the 5-1 home defeat to Everton. Let's brush over this bit of the video, shall we? So that's that bit done. Alright, the negativity is out of the way. Now we can go back to positivity. Alright? Well, for a bit, until we go on to our flop of the season. Where I'll start complaining a bit more. You're welcome. So, my player of the season for Brighton. There are lots of good shouts. I could have gone with Alexis McAllister, Moises Caicedo. I even could have gone with Solly March. Obviously, penalty miss in the cup final. Actually, whilst I'm there, I will talk about our cup run in the FA Cup. So, as to go to the semi-final, not so bad Man United, probably the worst way possible. On penalties, March blazed his penalty over the bar, and then Lindelof won it for United. But before that, we went through in the third round, beat Middlesbrough 5-1. Fourth round, we beat Liverpool, 90th minute goal. What a goal from Mitoma, our star boy. Fifth round, it was a win against Stoke, 1-0 away. It wasn't a classic. Evan Ferguson got the goal. We didn't play particularly well, I thought, but we did get the job done, at least in the end. Quarterfinals, we played League 2 Grimsby Town, which was the ideal draw, really, and we absolutely battered them. I did feel a teeny bit bad for Grimsby, to be honest. Obviously happy that we made the semi-finals, but I did feel a little bit bad for Grimsby because I felt that they got that far just to get absolutely smacked by, obviously, a much better team, but I did feel a wee bit bad for them. But then it came to the semi-final, we got knocked out. Sad days. We're not in the FA Cup final. It's a Manchester Derby FA Cup final next Saturday, I do believe, on the 3rd of June. So that should be a pretty good watch. But anyway, on to my player of the season. So obviously there were a lot of choices here. Could have gone with McAllister, Caicedo, even Estepinian, March, Ferguson as well. I really could have gone with him too. But I think in the end, I want to go with our Japanese star boy. You've guessed it, Kaoru Mitoma. He has been brilliant. No other words for it. He made his debut on the second game of the season at home to Newcastle, and he already looked like he was going to break through in the team. Boy, has he broke through, especially under the Zerbi. He's been given chances. He has he's taken up his opportunities, and he's got goals, he's got assists, and to name his like best goal, like the goal at Leicester, oh, what a strike. The little lob against Brentford was definitely up there as well. But for me, he's my player of the season. He has been absolutely magnificent. He's our boy. May he hopefully stay at the club for at least another couple of seasons. Hopefully. But then we go back to a little bit of negativity again now. I'm going to pick out my flop of the season. This is basically like the worst player for Brighton this season. Also, they've got to have like played like a decent number of minutes for me to count them as like a flop. I think this is a pretty easy decision. He's put away a couple of goals towards the end of the season. I'll give him that. I'll give him credit. But for me, on the whole, Deniz Undav has probably been the biggest flop of the season. I just expected more from the lad. Like, he just couldn't get game time at the beginning of the season. Like, Potter didn't believe in him. The Derby's given him a couple more chances in the team. Like, he's put away a couple of goals in the cup as well, but they're against like League 1, League 2 teams and stuff like that. So on the whole, Undav has not proven his worth in the team, and like the amount of times in that semi-final that he had chances, the FA Cup semi-final, that he had chances to, do something. Like, he was in good positions. His first touch was terrible, absolutely terrible, and I think that highlights his season and what he's done for the team as a whole. So he's got a couple of Premier League goals now. He started against Wolves, got 2 goals. Credit to him, well done. Got one at Newcastle, got one at Villa today as well. So I'll give him credit for that, and also a couple of goals in the cup as well. But just on the whole, he just has not offered quite enough for the team. And I do hope, with these couple of goals that he has popped up with at the end of the season, I do hope that is what he gets to build on for next season, in order to become, hopefully, a top quality striker with like 15 plus goals, I'm hoping. And hopefully get some more game time too. But yeah, that's my flop of the season. Deniz Undav is who I've picked. Pretty obvious there, so I think that is what does it for my season review for Brighton. I will be doing another video coming out soon, reacting to my Premier League predictions at the start of the season. I did make a video, got a solid amount of views actually. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. And laugh at me for my absolutely atrocious predictions. But that's going to do it for today. Obviously, a video coming out soon, reacting to my Premier League predictions. Turn notifications on, sub to my channel, make sure you don't miss it, and I'll see you around.